Coach, well, we have to start with Robert McCray and what he was able to do not only down the stretch, but this entire game. I mean, it feels like we're seeing him really come into his own in his first chance to really get extended minutes in his career. What can you say about how special he was?
Yeah, he's a guy who's growing up right before our eyes. I mean, you talk about a guy who has poise, he understands time and possession, and he's a guy who kind of lives for those, big shot moments. And so, just so glad to have him on our roster. And the best thing I'll say about him is he's an unbelievable human being. Like, unbelievable kid, young man, I should say. But just, like I said, we love to have him on our roster. He's infectious not only with his offense, but with his defense presence as well.
Well, this one had to be a tough one, right? It was physical, very physical game. The defense, I know you're probably looking at those numbers and saying it wish it could have been a little lower as far as their shooting percentages, but you're really tough on the glass. And I was just talking about it before you came up. Even though you didn't get a ton of second chance points today, it just felt like you were kind of backbreaking them with grabbing offensive miss, and extending that. Where did you see the guys able to kind of really gang rebound through the course of the afternoon?
Well, one of the biggest things that we saw, Coach Fly talked about offensive rebound. He talked about their numbers from a defensive standpoint, how they struggled at rebounding at times. And so we told our guys we really challenged them. We wanted to be a game where we really hit the glass and took advantage of that. And I think, you might not necessarily show with the points, second chance points, but we had the opportunity where Bryce had that big one at the free throw line. And so you just talk about guys being relentless, understanding what the scout is, and those guys did a great job of following the scout.
Marcus Nyblack, you said on the call to the ESPN Plus broadcaster, he plays like he's mad all the time. And yet, if you know him, he's not mad hardly ever. So he was playing angry today,
yes.
Especially angry. He was so important for you on both ends of the floor. Where did he stand out?
Marcus is just a guy who's built on toughness, one of the things we say about our DNA, we have the word toughness right on. That's the first word we usually put on the board. And, he embodies that word in every aspect of it. And so for us, just glad that he's a leader out there. He's hard-nosed. Sometimes he teeters that line, right? He's too competitive. I almost fell out there as a second. I said, hey, man, calm down. You're getting too aggressive trying to reach, and they're in the bonus. But, he's just a guy who wants to compete. He wants to win games. And so I'm just glad, like I said, we add him to the roster as well.
Well, played a lot of games away from home over the last couple of weeks and have found a way to win all of the last 3 away from home. How is this team figuring out things and what life is like away from home?
Well, one of the things and Scott, you've been around ASUN a long time. To be able to win on the road is one of the hardest things to do. A lot of times teams can protect home, but to go in an environment, especially like this, we knew it was Georgia Southern's first home game. We knew it was going to be an exciting place to play at, and so we're just thankful for that and understanding that. And so with that being said, like I said, we just glad to come out with the win. Our guys stayed together for 40 minutes, and it was a big-time environment.
It was. Big-time environment, big-time finish, big-time win. Coach, congrats.
Appreciate you guys. Thank you.